Hi, team. I'm Fitz Koehler, your race announcer and grand poobah for the Buffalo Marathon weekend. And boy, am I excited for this year. We have so much to look forward to. We had a great event last year, despite all of the restrictions the world was punishing us with. But now we are ready to go. We're going full force this year. 2022 Buffalo Marathon weekend will be extraordinary, as per usual, and I'm really excited about it. Tonight, we're going to focus on Kaleida and our heart-to-heart relay, heart health, and all the good we're going to do at this race. Not only do we do a lot of running and we take care of our own health, but we work great for this incredible community and some great causes. So we're going to talk about that. But before we get there, I'm going to bring on the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Mr. Greg Weber, our race director. Hi, Greg.
Oh my God, you make me sound like more than I am. But thank you.
I couldn't possibly do you justice, but yeah, we had a great show last week talking about swag. You have some swag in your hands. Let's see some. These are samples.
Well, these are samples. Hold on. This is. I mean, we talked about these last week. The Tervis tumblers. I got these in my hands this week. I couldn't be. We need to make a couple of adjustments, but these things are pure quality. I'm doing the camera thing here, right?
Yeah,
they're pure quality. I mean, I picked them up. I'm gonna take some verbiage from her. I'm actually sitting here in this condo, and I have the race director from Philadelphia with me, Kathleen, and she picked one of these up, and she said these are the real deal. And then she went to the pool, and she wanted to bring a drink with her, and she grabbed one of them, and off to the pool she went. So
and it held her beverage just fine. Is that what I'm hearing?
It held her beverage just fine. This is the full.
Nope.
So these things are really. I mean, these are the deal. I mean, these are the real things. So they're actually pretty cool. So.
And all of our athletes, all of our registered athletes will go home with a tumbler this year, which is super cool. It's a great.
Right. If people hadn't heard, we changed the tumblers this year as opposed to jackets or shirts because everybody's aware of the supply chain problems from China. So we know these are in stock in the United States. We know they will be at the expo for packet pickup. It's guaranteed. So they will not disappear. Our medals are made in the USA. These are decorated in the USA, and the 5K tumblers are actually 100% made in the USA, which is something we've been striving for.
And they are uptown, and they are one size fits all. And if people really want a shirt or a jacket, we're going to have some stuff to sell in our swag shop.
Yep, ton of stuff on the store.
Okay, so before we get to our guests, our special guests, tell me about registration. What do people need to know right now?
What do people know right now? They need to register.
What do they need to know?
I mean, they need to register. I mean, I looked at the numbers tonight before my board meeting. I had a board meeting at 5:30. Yeah. My predicted number, I'm 75% of the way there. I might be able to expand it, but I mean, we have 101 days remaining. So, and we are already over 75% of the number we have budgeted and planned for. So if people want to be in, they better get in soon. This is going to be an early sellout.
All right. Giddy up, friends. BuffaloMarathon.com. Register today. We've got the 5K.
BuffaloMarathon.org.
And you can also go to BuffaloMarathon.com.
Yeah, okay. We'll talk about that next week.
Okay. Drama. Okay. BuffaloMarathon.org as it's over there. 5K, half marathon, full marathon, relay, Ruffalo Stampede, kids races. We have something for everybody.
Diaper Dash.
Yeah. So plan to join us. And I'm really excited about the Friday night party downtown. So yeah. Okay. Register now. Tell your friends. And we're planning on a great time. Okay. Should we move on to our show?
Yeah, let's get on to the topic at hand because it's extremely important. It's near and dear to my heart, and it's near and dear to the community. So, and I don't think the community, hopefully this show will bring to the forefront what the race does for the community, where we benefit, and how everybody who's doing the race can have an impact.
Okay. So this is the development director from Kaleida Health. And this is the main focus of our heart-to-heart relay. And so he's a great guy. I'm really excited to bring him on. Welcome, Chris Jordan.
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. How was your day today, Mr. Chris?
Fantastic. No complaints. It was like 50 degrees in Buffalo. There should have been a ticker day parade for, the Bills winning the Super Bowl, but we won't get into that.
That's okay. You'll have your year another year. But listen,
we will.
Before we get into the medical stuff and the fundraising stuff, I want to do a get to know you on you guys. So I have questions that you're not prepared for.
Fantastic.
Perfect. This is where it gets dicey, Chris. I'm just telling you.
Very, very dicey. I am super untrustworthy. All right, Mr. Weber, look up right here.
Sorry. I was checking my notes.
Okay. What was your first, or who was your first Hollywood crush? Look at that.
Ooh.
Are we supposed to shout these answers out, or
you can shout it if you like, or you could talk in a regular.
Probably because I'm old. I'm going to be 60, as you well know. In a few, everybody can send me a card. I'm going to be 60 in what is it? Almost a month. I was probably one of those guys that had Farrah Fawcett on his wall, and maybe Daisy Duke from the Dukes of Hazzard.
Another excellent choice. Okay, I like that. And
do you approve?
I do. They're babes. What's not to approve? Chris Jordan, who was your first Hollywood crush?
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot. Gwen Stefani, Jennifer Aniston. I'm an 80s child.
I love it. Oh, so you love the Super Bowl, didn't you? The halftime.
Oh,
show?
Of course.
Yeah, that was awesome. What did you think of the Super Bowl halftime show, Greg Weber?
I will be totally honest. I knew some of the stuff, but a lot of it was like up here, and I was struggling to keep up. I needed a menu. I really did. But Production and everything was phenomenal.
It was. Chris and I were across the country breaking it down in front of our couches, right?
For sure.
Okay. Next question.
But like Chris said, the wrong team was playing, so.
You win some, you lose some, but I'm going to still wear my Buffalo Bills jersey very proudly.
For sure.
Chris Fitz has got her own jersey, and so does Rudy. So,
ooh, good to know.
I know, Florida girl in a Buffalo jersey. I'm very excited about it. It's beautiful. Okay, so next question. Stop avoiding it. If you were going to run an entire marathon and you could only listen to one song while doing so, what would it be? What song would it be? Chris Jordan, I'm starting with you.
I don't know. Man, only one song?
Over and over and over again for 26 miles, 26.2.
Eye of the Tiger. I don't know.
Okay. You are an 80s baby. My goodness. And what about you, Mr.
Weber? Either I Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel or Bowling for Soup, 1985.
Bowling for Soup.
1985. You don't know it, Fitz?
No.
Do you know Bowling for Soup?
Is that a real song?
Yes.
Okay.
I expect a report on it by 9:00 tonight.
I'm going to do it. So as we're going right here, everyone who's watching at home, I need you to answer two questions. Number one, who was your first Hollywood crush? And number two, what song would you listen to over and over and over on repeat if you had to do so for a marathon?
Okay, Fitz, what song would you listen to? You were in Boston.
Oh, I've got two choices. Number one would be... Okay, I'm going to do Get Back by Ludacris.
Okay.
You have no idea what that is.
And who was your Hollywood crush?
Oh, my first was John Travolta.
Of course it was.
Oh, gosh. And then he lives just about 45 miles south of me. He's in Ocala, Florida, and he's got a runway in the back of his mansion. And here he shows up at my health club at about 3 a.m. on Sunday. He's not a narcoleptic. A person who's up all night. What do we?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's not a narcissist. We know that.
Why?
Where are all your people that are giving comments? They should be able to tell us this.
They're coming. Well, Patrick loves your Bowling for Soup song. But anyways, I would totally am still considering going to molest/assault John Travolta. He's less hunky now than he was when he was younger, but whatever. I'll still take it. He's dreamy.
We're all getting older.
So let's talk about Kaleida Health. So what do you do for Kaleida, Chris Jordan? Tell me what you love about your hospital system.
So In my role, I oversee fundraising, major gift fundraising for all of the health system, with the exception of Children's Hospital. Partner very closely with the team there, but main focus for us, Buff Gen, Millard Fillmore Suburban Hospital out in East Amherst, Great Lakes Cancer Care Collaborative, and GVI are definitely some of our highest priorities across the system.
How many hospitals are there and facilities in general?
So two main hospitals with Buff Gen and Millard Fillmore, and then obviously the Children's Hospital, which is a great sponsor of the event too, and obviously some fun things involved with that group as well.
Okay, all right. And then Greg, how long have you guys partnered with Kaleida? How many years now?
I think this will be the third year that Kaleida has been the major sponsor of the event. And from a director standpoint, it's always, I can't thank them enough for their belief in us. We fill one of their community pillars, and beyond what, it's not a sponsorship as much as it is a partnership, right? I mean, we are in this together. I mean, Kaleida brings 90 nurses to our course on race day. I mean, we have some of the best medical coverage in the country. I would put it up. I mean, I've talked to Dave McGilvray, the race director of Boston. I mean, they have, it's on par with Boston's type of coverage. So they cover all the aid stations. They have AEDs. They have people who can run and get to the runners. So it's a peaceful feeling I have on race morning, knowing those nurses are out there. And then they bring volunteers for traffic and everything else. And of course, for us to turn around and be able to create, we created this with a foundation, this Heart to Heart Foundation, to support heart health and GVI and Buff General. It's been a phenomenal journey. And even though it's only been 3 years, and what is really ironic for me, I mean, I've been with this race for 14 years and directing it for 7. Hopefully that's not one of your trivia questions. But, I started this with the foundation vice president, and, we had this thing where we have the ride in Buffalo, which is a huge generator. We want to see this do the same thing. Heart health is so important. And then I had a cardiologist at one point look at me and say, "You have the startings of cardiac disease." And I was like, "What?" I run, I bike, I swim, I eat healthy. I might have a cocktail or one or two, maybe too much. Right. But I mean, to have that be told to you, I mean, I know the only thing I joke with, everybody knows me, I'm very lighthearted. I said, it sucks to have a cardiologist. But the only thing I can say is it's better than having an oncologist, right? But at the end of the day, my cardiologist has said, "You're a 58-year-old white male. Most of you have this starting. You just have a picture of your heart that we can say you have it," right? So I think it's important for everybody to realize that this is going to affect a lot of people. 655,000 people a year die from heart disease. And there's no vaccine.
That's right. That's right.
Right. So
you just covered a lot of territory there. Now,
sorry, I get on a roll,
It's okay. It's good stuff. It's a good stuff. And a reminder to all of our viewers right now, 2 things is you can use comment section to conversate with us. You can add comments. You can ask questions. Wherever you are, use those comment section. And then also, we're going to do a few giveaways tonight. What kind of things are we giving away, Greg? Tell me.
Well, I mean, we can give away the in-training shirts, but I would rather give away entries to the race.
Okay, so we'll do one of each at least. So there will be giveaways this evening. So
and a relay team. If somebody wants to play in for the relay team, we'll do a giveaway for the relay team.
Okay. So we're going to do registration giveaway and a shirt giveaway. But yeah, you covered a lot of territory there. Number 1 is 90 nurses on the course. That's a huge deal, not only for the nightmare scenario where someone actually has a cardiac issue out on our course, but bumps, bruises, you fall, you got a blister, you got chafing, you got a sore hammy, whatever. We have actual medical professionals out there, which goes a really long way. And I can vouch for the fact that not every race has that type of support. So number 1, but then as a fitness.
Let me interrupt you for one, because before Kaleida was part of the race, and I've had we all have experiences. You have a lot of experiences. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, but we had an issue a few years back where a 28-year-old runner who had run 10 or 12 marathons, he probably weighed 150 pounds, was out running, and he suffered a cardiac episode on Ring Road in Delaware Park. And when I say he suffered a cardiac episode, he went into cardiac arrest. He was dead, right? And long and short, he was dead. He was dead for 9 minutes. He was very fortunate that there was an ICU nurse from Syracuse who had hurt herself and was supposed to be in Vermont, all things falling into line. She did CPR on him for 9 minutes until the ambulance was able to get to him, shock him, and then they took him to Buff General, where he was treated for 2 or 3 days and was brought back. This was before Kaleida was on the course. Now the nursing staff that helped move Children's Hospital has created a plan where they have 4 people in every aid station, and at least 2 of those people in their group has to be able to run a mile, because our aid stations are 2 miles apart. And her feeling is if somebody goes down, they can get to them. They can run to them before the ambulance can get to them, which is the coverage we have is phenomenal. And it's just kind of, when I look at it, it gives me goosebumps when I think about Joe, who went down, and to think now he went to Buff General, he was treated, he was in the emergency room, he had a cardiac episode, and now it's become the sole focus or the major focus of the race for raising funds for the community.
Extraordinary story. And not everybody gets off so lucky. Not everybody has that life-saving medical professional that happens to be nearby.
Right behind him, just walking behind him. And the good news is Joe came back the following year and ran a 3:20.
Outstanding.
So phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Happy story. And yeah, all the doctors, nurses that are running, right, taking part in the event. And then I got one of my high school buddies, Dean Papa, one of the hunky seniors when I was a freshman. Hey, Dean.
Apparently he was not the dream one from your high school crush. Oh, that was a Hollywood crush. Sorry.
Hollywood, yeah. Dean and John. They were hunky guys. But anyways, we're gonna get off that topic. But the other thing I was going to bring up as you went on is that our hearts are pretty important. So there's a lot of people out there working every single day to make sure their butt looks great and other parts of their body function a certain way. Our heart's really, really very important. It's the number one organ, I would say, number one muscle. So we're really excited to be working on that. And the money raised for the Heart to Heart Relay will go to benefit those local hospitals. But we learned in the 21 Buffalo Marathon that someone I was working with, a dear friend of mine, ended up in the hospital. So some of us out-of-towners have the capacity to come in and benefit from these local hospitals being superior and having high quality equipment. So yeah, excited about that. So tell us about the Heart to Heart Relay, Greg, and then I'm going to let Chris tell us about where the money's going to go.
So in 2019, we created the Heart to Heart Relay, and the Heart to Heart Relay was, I had never been a big proponent of the relay, triathlon, Ironman, run the half, run the full. Why, this isn't a relay event, but we brought the relay back and in 2019, and we created it as a peer-to-peer event. And in all honesty, we modeled it after the Ride for Roswell. So many people ride for people in cancer and benefit the hospital. We felt that the runners needed something. And the first year we had 43 teams. You can have 2 runners, 3 runners, or 4 runners to run the 26 miles. The first 3 legs all run 10K or 6.2. The last runner kind of gets screwed and has to run 12K, about 7.4. And, but I think we'll tell them it's all downhill at that point. And they raised money. And the first year we launched it 100 days away from the race, and we were able to raise, going into the race, we raised about $76,000. I just kept pushing people, and then money kept coming in. And I think the total that the foundation published was somewhere around $83,000.
And that was
in the first year. That was the first year. Nobody knew about the relay. It was all education. And that's kind of the reason for this show tonight, right? Kind of bring people up to what is the race doing? How can I help? How can I get involved? So the relay was hugely successful. I mean, we had Dave McGilvray, the race director from Boston he's kind of the poster child for heart health, triple bypass, even though he's run across the country. And
yeah, there's hereditary issues and there's hereditary issues and diet issues. You can't just run it all off.
Yeah, so we did that, and then do you want me to go on to 2020?
Well, give me a number. Tell me how much we raised in 2020.
2021, because we canceled because of COVID.
Right.
The only people who could register were people who registered for Heart to Heart because we were under restrictions, and we added to the relay because we realized that there were people that didn't want to run the relay; they wanted to run the half or the full. So now we have 3 components. You can run the relay with your friends or, walk, however you get through it. You can run the half or you can run the full. And those people who ran the half and full because they were chomping at the bit to run, I think we had 150 people register. We raised $212,000 in year 2.
That's spectacular.
So
we went from $3,000 to over $200,000.
Yep.
A big leap. Now,
a big leap.
Chris. So we're going to raise all this money. 100% of the money we're raising with our relay and our other races are, not all the other races, but the Kaleida Heart to Heart races or registrations are going 100% to you. They do not go to administration costs or paperwork. They're going, what are we going to be buying this year? What's the upgrade?
Yeah, so we're focusing on hemodynamic monitors. So that's really kind of a big fancy name for the monitoring system that is hooked up to you from the time that you enter into a cath lab procedure to the time that you're being discharged. So this is something that truly impacts every single patient that walks through our door. Incredibly vital to the care of the patient. One of those things that it's not always the sexiest type of thing, but it's necessary. It's needed. And this year is kind of special for the Gates Vascular Institute. They're celebrating their 10th anniversary. So Dr. Hopkins, who's the visionary behind creating GVI, this is a big deal. And these monitors that we're replacing were there from the get-go 10 years ago. And it's just like any other technical piece of equipment that we have these days. It needs to be upgraded. And we need to make sure that we're providing our patients with the very best, and that's where the money's going. 100% of it, like you said, goes right towards those monitors for GVI.
So I did a little research, and basically they're helping monitor people's circulatory system, how their heart is functioning, and the oxygenation of their blood. And
got it up there. Awesome.
They're these cool devices. They can be attached by cords to the patient, but they can also be Bluetooth cordless. It allows the practitioners a nurse perhaps to take this device, go out in the hall, have a conversation with a physician up to 50 feet away. It updates the information on the patient every 10 seconds. And so that's the way to get a crisis averted very quickly, is having that instant information in your hand wherever you go. And apparently all the cords next to a hospital bed become quite the nightmare. So to be able to have a wireless device, it's going to be a great gift to our medical professionals, right?
Yeah, for sure. And that's like one of, that's the upgrade to the system, right? That Bluetooth technology wasn't available when we had originally purchased the monitoring system 10 years ago. So great upgrade, and we really can't thank the community enough, the runners enough, and obviously the sponsors. But none of this happens without Greg and you and the committee. So our sincere appreciation to all of you people on the back end that are doing all the hard work to make this happen. It doesn't happen without you. Everything else is the result of your hard work. Those sponsorships don't just come in. So thank you, Greg, and our appreciation to the committee.
Well, you're welcome. I mean, this is a team effort. It's a community effort. From the time I assumed control of this race, my partner in this, Rich, my operations director, and I have been focused 100% on community give back. I can say, for people listening to this, and Chris, you've seen this, I was blown away. In 2019, I was given a tour of GVI. And I mean, talk about Chris, we should arrange to get Fitz a tour while she's here. I mean, to walk through. I mean, it's like CSI. I mean, you walk down, and in all honesty, some of the roads around the hospital are still in need of upgrade, and it's not super shiny and new, but that's where the hospital is. You walk in, and it's like walking into the 21st century. It is unbelievable. And one of the stories I remember is they were telling us that there was this patient with a heart problem, and they didn't know how to fix it. So what they did was they imaged the heart, and they printed a 3D model of the heart. And then they operated on the heart, and they futzed around with it before they opened up the patient to come up with a solution. And then once they had a solution, they opened her up and they fixed it, and she went home. And I was just sitting there with my jaw on the floor. It was just unbelievable what goes on. And that's what I think the community misses. I mean, everybody wants the hospital there when they have a heart attack. You know, they want the paramedics to show up. If somebody breaks in, they want the police to show up. But that hospital, you guys do it. I mean, my thanks goes out to you and your entire team, and Carol and Mike Hughes and everybody at the hospital, because the hospital is going to be there when we need it. You know, I've had my instances. Lord knows, anybody who knows me, I've been in the Buffalo General Emergency Room 3 or 4 times in the last 3 or 4 years for different issues that ultimately were related to my heart. But it was comforting to know that they were there and they had such a top team. So I hate, you know, it's that karma thing. It's kind of like I'm connected to this now, right? It's not like I'm just doing it. I am a benefactor.
Well, you definitely hit on a number of things, Greg. And I think, you know, one of the things that I've taken away from working with the team in the short time that I've been there, and as you can tell, you know, this our selection of the hemodynamic monitoring system wasn't us just coming up with this. We work very closely with Dr. Siddiqui and Dr. Iyer and Lori Mariano, and you know, the entire team there to really understand what their needs are and the best way that fundraising dollars could help. But it's actually, you know, the team there is what really makes the care there special. And Danielle actually connected with a grateful patient not too long ago, and he was telling his story. And you know, the one thing that really stuck out to him was the nursing staff there. They you know, literally said as they were walking down there, we're going to be there with you until, you know, when you go to sleep, and we're going to be the first people that you see when you wake up. And they held his hand the entire way down the hallway. And those are the things that I think make a difference, right? You can have the best technology in the world. Yep. It's necessary, but the team and the compassion is what I think really sends it home to me.
And those nurses are the ones out on our course on race day.
You got it.
Right after, and they're volunteering their time to do that. So, I mean, it's an incredible facility, and we're lucky in Buffalo to have it. We Absolutely. Really are.
Absolutely.
So let me ask some numbers, Chris. What are these Cogent hemodynamic monitors cost each?
Oh, I think they're somewhere in the realm of like $17,000 each, around that.
And how many does the hospital need, or hospitals need?
Oh, we need like, I think the number is close to 30,
21,
28.
21.
Well, it depends on which area you're looking at. You know, there's 13 in the cath lab. We've got 16 in the CV ICU. We've got a couple more in different areas. You know, the Gates Vascular Institute, there's 4 floors that are dedicated to cardio and neuro care. And I think that's the other piece, talking about GVI and what makes it so special. And I referenced Dr. Hopkins in the vision that he had at the beginning. It's not just cardiac care that's happening there. It's actually one of the only facilities in the country, I believe, that have actually brought the endovascular neurosurgeons and the cardiac surgeons together in one. So, you know, you look at, I was scrolling through the Facebook feed earlier, and there's a story that was highlighted in 2019, Kelly's story. And, you know, what is happening there is just, it's so unique and so special. And I think, you know, it's one of those things that most people that have a true appreciation for it are the people that are patients. But I think it's, you know, kudos to you guys and ringing the bell and bringing some awareness to this kind of community gem and asset that's right in our backyard.
Yeah, and I said 21 because that's one of the numbers Danielle threw out to me. But if you guys need 30, we just want to put that on the table. I mean, Fitz for me, I mean, $17,000 a unit. The nice thing for me, as, you know, I've done fundraising for a long time, whether it's Make-A-Wish or, you know, Girl Scout cookies or whatever the case may be. These monitors allow us to close the loop for our runners. We are not, I mean, God love Roswell and all the money they raise for research. And God hope they find a cure at some point. This is something that's, you know, kind of like in the future. We don't know. It's money going somewhere we don't know. This is something that we can wrap our heads around, and it's tangible. You know, Chris will tell you, you know, when we say 100% of the money, every dollar donated to Heart is going to these monitors. It's not going anywhere else. No administration like some of the other stories we've seen, which is important for me. So we can close the loop, and we can hopefully at the end of this race, you know, my goal is on May 29th. You know, when we hit the start line on May 29th, we can say we purchased 21 or 30 of these monitors, and it's because of the people in the course.
And you said there's 17,000 each. Is that correct?
I'm going to actually check my spreadsheet now that you're making me double check here.
I was told 16.3, but if it's, you know, you're jacking the price on me, okay.
I rounded up.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, the number that I came up with, and I guess we'll have to
16.3. You're got a good memory.
Yeah, we'll have to tweak it. I mean, based on what Danielle told me, and like I said, I mean, a few years ago, on a little off topic, we started the Ruffalo Stampede, and we needed a goal, and we came up with this idea. We were going to sponsor a bomb dog in honor of Officer Lehner, for the people listening who know who he was. And we raised $10,000, and we sponsored Patty, a bomb dog who is now in service. For me, it was very important because everybody who donated the money, we were able to do the story on the back end that said, all your dollars have come and have accomplished this. So for me this year, it's now, I mean, it's not a dog. Puppies are cute, but if I'm there, I want them to know what my heart's doing. So, and I don't want to be there again, trust me. So these monitors, I mean, right now we've already raised $20,000. So we got one, right? We're one way, we're one there. How many can we get in the next 100 days? So that's really what we're looking at.
All right. So I did some math because I got the pen and paper, like old school, but it's about $500,000 to fund all of your monitors, about $500,000. So we got some work cut out for us, but we can do it. So how do people get involved, Greg? They go online. Let's say they want to take part. They need to grab 3 friends.
They can grab one friend. They can grab 2 friends or 3 friends if they want to run the relay. I mean, you can tell them, as with your degree in exercise science and everything, that anybody can get through a 5K or 10K.
For sure.
They sign up. We have lowered the cost to sign up. It's $100 for a relay team, which is $25 if it's 4 people, $25 a person. And then we ask that relay team to raise $1,000 or $250 a person. But if one person raises $1,000, they're done, right? They earn their bibs and they go out and do the race. And then, of course, they get one of these cool tumblers.
That's
which
right.
is I still fight with my camera, right, for Heart to Heart. And they get all of the fanfare and everything else that goes along with the race. And if they want to do the half or they want to do the full, which like the full right now is $125, the half is $110. You can register for the half or full for $25. And you commit to raise $500. And then you will get, if you run the half or the full, because you want to go in, you don't want this tumbler when you go home, you're going to get the half or the full tumbler. And, you know, we're going to know that you're a Heart to Heart, you know, fundraiser out there. And, you know, my hope is the executive director of this is as we grow this, because we're really in live year 2. COVID, I kind of discount. You know, COVID was a tough year.
No, you raised $200,000, but go ahead and discount it.
Yeah, but yeah, as we go along, that, you know, a bigger percentage of the participants in the race are part of Heart to Heart. I mean, if you look at somebody who's running the full, it's $125. They pay $25. They got $100. If they donated that, they're 20% of the way there. So yeah, so it's a big deal for me.
Okay, so specifically, I just went on buffalomarathon.org, and when you click on the box where it says register, there are options, and of course, there's the relay, but right now I'm clicking select your event. There's marathon, heart-to-heart fundraiser, half marathon heart-to-heart fundraiser. I'm actually not seeing just heart-to-heart fundraiser here. So, oh, I get it. Okay.
Yeah, when you hit the page, you'll see marathon, and then you'll see marathon heart-to-heart. If you look at marathon, it'll be $125.
Okay.
If you look at heart-to-heart, it's $25. And an important thing on all of those prices is we operate under a what you see is what you get. When it says $25, you're paying $25. There's no extra fees, no nothing.
I love
you
it.
pay $25 and you're registered.
I love it. I love it. And then, yeah, and then you get the swag and so forth, and you decide whether you want to break that marathon into 4 parts or if you just want to do a piece of it. Now, if you're a fundraising person, I can tell you that I did some fundraising this past year. I ran for a charity.
Yes, you did.
For
did I
Boston.
donate? I don't remember.
Boston, yeah. A lot of talk about Boston, but it was a fun race. Nonetheless, we raised quite a few $1,000s, and sometimes it just was as simple as getting on social media and saying, hey, I'm doing this for a really good cause. Would you please help? And I asked people to donate. At some point, I would say, would you donate $5? And basically, nobody does just $5. So out of all the people, when I said, please donate $5, I'd say about 95% of them donated significantly more. So don't feel guilty. If you're asking for a handout for yourself, if you're out at the store saying, hey, everybody buy me a beer, then maybe you should feel guilty and uncomfortable. But if you're asking for a donation for charity, that's the time to ask. That's the time to feel like a good guy asking for help.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you ran Boston and you did a great job with the fundraising. I'm just looking on my website right now to see, because when you talk about it, it's one thing for us to talk about it, and you did it for Boston and say you're going to do it. Our operations director, Rich Clark, who, if anybody who's done this race or has run in Buffalo knows Rich. He's a grumpy one at the start and finish line. But he does everything. And Rich's mom passed because of heart disease. And Rich had this great idea during COVID that when we started it, he called me up and he went, I am going to register for Heart to Heart, and I am going to run the half, and I'm going to raise money in honor of my mom. My reaction was, crap, now I have to do it.
Yeah.
So Rich and I can speak from experience in this process, because during COVID, I registered, and I don't know where Rich was, but I registered and I ran the half. I registered for the half, and I had to run it the next day. I was sick on race day, but I ran it the next day. But I will attest to the fact that we use the fundraising tools that are available when you register on Facebook. You put a link out on Facebook and you ask for help, and you're going to get it. And I think I raised $1,400 out of the $500 I needed. And that's what we see for the people raising the money. Like right now, the person who has raised the most money is at $1,400 for running the half or the full. And the next one's 1,000, then 700, and 600, and 600. So the money, yeah, it's not as hard as it sounds. It's hard asking people for money, but it's no different than like if you're in the hospital and you need blood, you're going to go out and ask for it. Let's get ahead of it before you're in the hospital and saying, God, I wish we had those new monitors. I hate all of these wires.
So, Chris Jordan, how long have you been working for Kaleida?
So I've been with Kaleida for a little over a year. Been in healthcare fundraising for about 15 years. So I spent some time, I grew up in Albany, spent some time at St. Peter's Hospital, moved to Rochester when I met my wife, spent about 10 years there, Rochester Regional, and here now, back closer to family.
I love it. What do you love most about being a part of Team Kaleida?
It's the ability to help people. Honestly, that's why I do what I do. It's a privilege, being able to collaborate with physicians and leaders within the organization, and then take that message and bring it to the community. We're fortunate. We raise a decent amount of money every year, but it really boils down to each individual patient. It's an opportunity, especially within GVI. It's an opportunity to make an impact on somebody's life each and every time they walk through that door.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's interesting. So
and more importantly, they walk back out the door.
Yeah, you got it.
Right? More importantly, they're not only walking in. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they could come in head first on an ambulance, but they're walking out the front door, right? That's the goal.
Absolutely.
So I just did breast cancer a couple years ago or a year and a half ago, and that wasn't a lot of fun, but it's never been lost on me that had I been diagnosed 30 years ago, I would have been a goner. Technology, science, research is such a privilege to be diagnosed with anything or to have any sort of crisis today versus yesteryear. So this technology is certain to save lives. So it's exciting to have the opportunity for our healthy event to promote health in even more ways. So, Chris, are you a runner?
I am not that much of a runner anymore.
Have you?
I used to be. I chased my 3 kids around an awful lot.
That's pretty good. Have you done structured events like 5Ks, etc.?
I did 1 5K. I'm like really good at like a mile.
Okay.
I'm like really good at it.
We have an event for you on Friday night at the marathon.
It's called the 0.0 dance party, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Now, I'm guessing you're putting our event in your calendar from Memorial Day weekend, correct?
Oh, of course. Oh yeah, I'll be there.
I'm
ready. The whole family will be there.
I'm ready to put you on the spot here. I would really love to see you out there, even walking our 5K.
I'll run it.
Okay.
I mean, I'll start training right now. Let's do it.
All right.
How old are your children?
3, 5, and 7.
Okay, 3, 5, and 7. Where do they go, Fitz?
They go to our kids' races, and don't all the kids have free registrations?
Free registration, free swag, and it's sponsored by Children's Hospital.
There we go.
And Dick's and Children's Hospital. So there you go.
Yeah, so I'm very excited now. I don't want to publicly pressure you, but I'm okay.
Well, you just did. It's okay. It's honestly, it's the least I can do to share my appreciation for the sacrifice other people are making to support the people at GBI. So yeah, I'll run.
Well, good. I'm thrilled to hear it.
There you go.
I think it means a lot to the running community that people involved are one of us. I get a lot as a race announcer. They're like, there was this race announcer. He was some radio guy and he's never run a race and he just didn't get it. And so we like people to be one of us. We like it when you get a blister or forget the blister. You went from point A to point B. You put your hands up. You understand us like we understand you. I think it's, exciting and fun. Right. And we've had quite a few folks from Kaleida participate in our race weekend.
Yeah. And last year, Chris, when you came in, last year was we were kind of in a pause. I mean, we got a really good event off, but it's not. I mean, for what was going on, but it's not the full-blown event, which will be this year. And when Fitz gets going, I mean, everybody knows it's great. And, if she can't get going, we got Rudy there if he can remember what he's doing. Maybe he's watching. But
is it possible that I could not get going? Is that even a thing, Greg Weber?
Not if I bring you Diet Coke.
No, that's all I need. Decaf Diet Coke. If anyone's watching and you think you're my friend, probably are my friend because I want extra friends, bring me decaf Diet Coke. Greg brought me Pepsi one year.
Oh my God.
I know. Never. Like Rudy. There he is.
There he is.
Spouting off, Junior Poobah.
Rudy, my name is Greg, just in case you don't remember, but that's okay.
We love Rudy. We love him so much. He's the best Junior Poobah. Okay, so we have a couple race questions here. I'm going to divert for a moment. What's the host hotel this year? I know there's a few options, so just rattle them off.
Hyatt is back. Hyatt is the host hotel. They have a lot of rooms left. If you go on the Buffalo Marathon website and go under race information, there's a hotel link. We have other hotels listed there, but again, Douglas Jamal has done such a great job in Buffalo, and with the hotel running, I would love nothing better than to fill a hotel up with runners. There's no weddings in the hotel this Memorial Day weekend, so everybody that's there should be a runner. So those rates, they've given us better rates, so you can go book on Friday or Saturday and Sunday. And my crew, you will be in the host hotel. Rudy, we're putting in a seedy hotel down the street.
Oh, poor Rudy.
So,
yeah, it's a great weekend. And for those of you coming out from out of town, come and stay a little extra. Maybe show up on Thursday or leave on Tuesday. Niagara Falls is 20 minutes away. There's a lot of stuff that's all 20 minutes away. It's a really fun weekend with stuff to do. Correct?
Yes. I mean, there's so much fun. And I mean, the kids race and the diaper dash are free. Do you have a dog? Bring the dog. We'll do the dog race. We have Children's Hospital is sponsoring the 5K. This is a community event that kicks off summer. That's what it's about. It's going to kick off summer. We're going to support the hospital and all the other charities we support. I think the last time I looked, in the last 20 years, the race itself, which amazes me that people in Buffalo don't know we have a marathon, has given back over $1 million to the community.
Okay.
And I mean, our goal is to just increase that number, and through heart-to-heart and peer-to-peer fundraising, we should be able to accelerate this. I mean, I would love to blow right by $500,000. So Chris is sitting there going, what else do I need to buy?
So
Right?
I want to clarify something, because I was looking at my spreadsheet. The hemodynamic monitors is 21 of them. You were 100% right, and Danielle would have slapped me upside the head if I made the mistake.
That's okay, Chris. I was wrong once, but I was mistaken. So,
Hey, going back to you guys, hold on, Fitz. That brings our total down based on those numbers. I think it's $350,000 we have to raise, not $500,000. So it's definitely achievable.
Well, I mean, there's only like $23 million worth of capital needs that we need. So, I mean, every dollar counts. Every extra dollar goes towards something else, Greg. No pressure.
Okay.
No pressure.
Okay. I have room for 1,000 relay teams if you can get them for me.
Let's do it.
I was just going to say, if all you need is $23 million, I will just stroke you a check and we'll be done with it.
Perfect.
No.
Perfect. Let's do
You've
it.
You've been holding out on me.
I know. It's my race fee.
Yeah, Chris, you should see her fee. She doesn't come cheap.
I'm very worth it. All right. So we kick this off with a little bit of personal information about you guys. I asked which song you would run on repeat if you had to run a marathon. What song would you sing if it were karaoke night? Chris?
I would not put anyone through that torture.
You have to pick a song. You were required to, or your daughters will be disappointed.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What song would I sing? I don't know. At this point, I feel like the only lyrics I really know to anything are like children's.
Which cartoon would your song be from?
Probably like Team Umizoomi.
Okay.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, we got a good reference.
And Encanto just came out. The kids are loving Encanto. Great soundtrack. Rapper's Delight.
A little better.
Rapper's Delight. I could do Rapper's Delight.
There you go.
Great suggestion. And Greg, what would your karaoke song be?
Well, I have a rule. I don't dance and I don't sing. And if it doesn't, years and years and years ago, long before I knew you, I helped manage the Radiothon for Make-A-Wish on 97 Rock. And one of my friends had this great idea that they were going to donate $500 or $1,000 for me to sing Happy Birthday to somebody on air.
Okay.
And they made me do it. And Larry Norton, who people know from 97 Rock, looked at me and said, that is the worst singing I have ever heard. So the answer to you is I will never sing in public again.
But Happy Birthday is your karaoke.
Although if somebody comes up with $23 million to cover all of his capital needs, I will sing you any song you like, Fitz.
I second that.
Yeah, we should just challenge our athletes to come up with some sort of like Greg singing fund and just donate it directly to club.
I think they could go to buffalomarathon.org right now and go to the registration page and click donate. And like right now we're at 19.5 and see if they can push the number. I'm not saying they're going to have to get it to 100,000 for me to sing.
Is there a place for a comment section? Like this money will go towards Greg singing?
I think so. What they can dedicate it to. Yeah, that would be good. Or Fitz singing. Yeah. And there you go.
Yeah. So, so my karaoke.
Milli Vanilli. That's what it's going to be there, sweetheart.
For sure. Well, that's what happened for the Super Bowl show. I was disappointed. I like a live song, but my karaoke song is Garth Brooks, Call Him Baton Rouge. And it's a rowdy song, but here's the deal. if you have a terrible voice, you can get away with it as long as you put on a great show. So if you just mumble into the microphone shamefully, then it's bad. But if you rock it out, if you gyrate and put your hands up and act like you're really good,
yeah, no, not happening. I can't carry a tune in a bucket. So,
well, someone might give you money for that. Hey, Carol, thank you very much. We missed you. Carol could have been here. And then here's the other.
She doesn't want to sing. That's what it is. She doesn't want to be put on the spot. You know, anybody here wants to sing.
If I'm running, Greg, you're singing.
No, I got a better idea, Chris. There's 3 of us, right? Anybody who wants to see Carol sing at the post race party, raise your hand, right? You know, okay, it's 2. Look at you. Oh, yeah, there you go. It's unanimous. So
here's
you have to go work with her tomorrow.
I feel like Carol probably has this great voice. She reminds me a bit of the babe on Ted Lasso. You know, the blonde. The blonde kind of looks like a more grown-up version of me. She's very pretty. But
I have to Google Ted Lasso, but okay.
It's a great show, and Carol gives me the British lady vibes. But yeah, Carol probably has a rockin' voice. And now here's your softball question: what's your favorite dessert, Greg? What's your favorite dessert?
Oh, believe it or not, it's chocolate cake with banana icing.
It's a weird response. It's wonderful. I've never heard that.
What did you think I was gonna say? Like,
I've never heard banana icing before. So now
I'll have to ask. You know, send Emma a text message and ask her to make it for you, and it will be your new favorite dessert.
Who is Emma?
It's the birthday cake my mother has made me since I was like 3 years old, and Emma picked up the recipe after she passed and kept the tradition alive.
Okay.
So this is where everybody says, "Aw," and donates money to Kaleida.
That's right. That's right. And then my birthday will be at Buffalo Marathon, so maybe people will donate to my birthday fund with Kaleida.
Yep.
All right, Chris Jordan, favorite dessert?
I am not a big dessert person.
No,
I'm boring.
Are you a salty guy?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I was going to select something, it would be maybe like a key lime pie or just something with a little tang to it. I don't know.
That's very nice. You know, we are very good at key lime pie here in Florida.
That's what I hear.
I'm driving around down here looking for the best key lime pie. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You got to go a little further south, but that'll be next month after your birthday. You get to the Keys, you get yourself some key lime.
Before the weekend before my birthday, I'll be in Key West, so I'll go for the key lime pie.
You can get key lime popcorn, key lime cocktails, key lime everything, and
it'll be a key lime weekend.
It'll be a key lime weekend. Hey, Todd Robertson. All right, guys, I'm going to cut you loose. We want absolutely everybody to go buffalomarathon.org. Register. Even if you want to run the race alone, you want to run the marathon all the way, you can be part of our fundraising team. Just click on that button and do it yourself. And then you get online and you ask people to contribute to the great cause that is these Cogent hemodynamic monitors, and we'll save some lives. Yeah.
Are you going to give away the race entries?
Oh, we have to give away the race entries. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I have some trivia that is different than what you gave, Greg, because yours were
boring.
People would just not understand it. Okay, so I'm going to start with and this is for the T-shirt, the I'm in Training shirt. Okay, is it long sleeve or short sleeve?
It's long sleeve.
Okay,
it's on the website underneath the Heart to Heart Relay if people want to look at it.
Okay.
But, you know, it's interesting. If we give them a T-shirt, they sort of got to train for the race. But okay.
You must. That's right. So we're bullying you with presents. Okay. So the first giveaway, and you can only win one, just so we know. And use your comment section for the answer. Where is the largest herd of buffalo in the United States? Where is it?
Should I go like this?
Good, for sure. If any of our viewers know the answer.
It's on the bottom of my cup.
Where is the largest herd of buffalo in the United States? I'm going to give a hint. It's not Miami.
It's not LA.
Shannon, not Wyoming. It's a specific place. The largest herd of buffalo.
Somebody should go out on a limb here. There you go.
No, that's not the answer I'm looking for. We're talking about real buffaloes. But yes, on race day, we are the largest herd. Thank you for listening to me at the start line chapter. Oh, and then is there a massive herd of buffalo roaming around Buffalo?
Not that I know of.
Okay. We're not talking about a state. We're talking about a place. This is very exciting. Kim Sharoff. She's so smart. I'm surprised she didn't nail it right away. Where is the largest herd of buffalo? People are Googling. They're asking Surrey. Hey, Surrey, where? The Google machine.
I'm so glad I reminded you that we had presents to give away.
And here we go. Kim Sharoff with the answer. Yellowstone. That is right. Yellowstone is the largest herd of buffalo. And Kim is already registered to run. I believe she's doing the half. So we're going to get her that shirt. Congratulations.
We'll get her that shirt. Kim, you should email rd@buffalomarathon.org with your contact information.
Here it comes. BuffaloMarathon.org. Now it's going to go up, and I will share that for those who need it. So that's for you, Kim. All right. And this one will be for a registration. What specific registration is this for, Greg?
We'll let them use it for either the half. Let's do it because of the theme of the show. Let's make it a heart-to-heart registration. Okay. So it can either be for the half, the full for heart-to-heart, or the relay.
Okay. I love that. All right, guys, we're giving away a registration.
We're in this together. And together we'll get through it. That's my...
Okay. Which one of Tom Brady's favorite receivers
Tom Brady
hails from Buffalo?
Oh my God.
Which one of his favorite receivers hails from Buffalo? Come on, Greg. You love this question. It's a good one. You know what? I never
talk about a softball.
I never paid much attention. Oh, here it is. It's for Patrick. That's right. Gronkowski.
I think Pat Dalton should be in the hot tub right now. I mean,
I would like to.
He's probably already registered, but okay. So Pat's got to go to all his. Pat is actually a registered nurse, and he can actually beat up on all his cohorts to run the relay with them. What do you think about that, Pat? Get a relay team together. You, your dad, and get Jess to run too. His wife. There you go. Challenge is out.
Challenge is out. Now, I'm just going to throw it out there. Babs got it too. Now, congratulations, Babs. I love that. Look, I'm in her profile picture. It makes me feel famous. Okay, so Pat's already registered. So what should we do? Should we give it to the next person on the list, or
give it to the next person on the list, and I'll buy Pat a beer.
But Babs, now you have to come to Buffalo. Babs lives in Boston, and this is just a great little story. I'm going to throw it. Oh, not Bags. It's Babs, B-A-B-Z. So Babs, I met her. She's in charge of all the ambassadors at the Donna, the National Breast Marathon to Finish Breast Cancer in Jacksonville. It's a couple weeks ago. And she's in charge of all the ambassadors, and we're out at a brewery. Greg, you would approve. And so we're chit-chatting, and she said she lives in Boston. And then I was like, oh, I just ran Boston. It was fun. And she goes, really? And so I gave her a little bit of the lowdown. And then I mentioned that I ran with the founder of the Boston Buddies, Vince Varallo. And she goes, I gave Vince his medal. I said, you did? I said, I think the lady who gave me a medal was a blonde older woman. And then I looked in my phone, and it wasn't the person who gave me my medal at Boston, was Babs. And so we all jumped up and down and screamed. And then over the weekend, I gave her her medal. So that's what you're looking down here. She got 2 medals from the meet. And now she's got to come get her medal in Buffalo. Look at her. She's doing the OMG. That's right. Now you're bullied to it, Babs. There's no escaping. And you have to fundraise. Congrats.
You know what? She'll bring it. All she's got to do is send a message to Dave McGilvray, and he'll help her. Right? Dave will just.
You know what? Her little group of ambassadors from the Donna are so hardcore. I bet if she put out a request to them, they'd all donate, and then they'd come run with her. So
I think they should. I think we should. We'll create their own little spot in the start corral for them.
Why not? Yeah. And you know what? Just because you support one issue, ailment, cause all the time doesn't mean you can't support others. And when I ran Boston, it was for the Second Step. It was a domestic violence survivor charity, and it's not traditionally what I get involved in, but once I learned about them, I was really happy to support them and proud about it.
You know, I'll say thank you. I think you did a phenomenal job, both training for the race and running. And And everybody knows I love you to death, so I'm biased. But, you know, I was proud when you took on the challenge and you rose to it and you met it. So
it was a privilege. And I'm so fortunate to be here and to have fun things to do. And
leave the Boston swag home when you come to Buffalo.
Oh yeah, no, I am a purist. You know, when I show up for race weekend, it's only gear for that weekend. So Rudy and I do not cross that line as a rule. You just got to keep us stacked with gear. If I need a raincoat, I need a raincoat. So
you need, somebody needs a raincoat. I'm not sure who. I think it was Rudy.
Poor Chris's wife and kids are probably outside of his house, desperately waiting for him to go.
They came back. I don't know how you didn't hear them in the background. They're back.
Chris, you've done great. I mean, this has been a tough topic. I mean, to keep people, I mean, it's not always easy to talk about fundraising. You did great. I mean, you know, I can't thank Kaleida enough.
Honestly, this is the easy part of our job, and this is the stuff that can't be duplicated. You know, a third-party event like this that brings in this kind of money is something really special, and
yeah.
It's the amount of work that goes into it. Again, Greg and the entire committee can't thank you enough. The runners, I can't thank you enough. The people that are supporting the runners, thank you. It takes a village, and we have an incredible one here in Buffalo. So
yeah,
thank
we
you
do.
all.
You know, every great city, and Buffalo's on the rise right now, has one marathon. It's really the way it works. New York, Chicago, Boston, we have ours. And we're doing our best. I mean, I'm merely the steward of this race. It's not my race. I have a lot of people who work for me, and you know, I'm just guiding it right now. And to guide it to benefit Kaleida is it's a privilege and an honor.
Thank you.
You do an extraordinary job. And Chris Jordan, we cannot wait to see you out in your short shorts. That's part of the deal. You didn't know you're signing up.
I didn't, but hey, why not?
You wear the little red.
I'm trying to raise money.
Red silky shorts. That's
red silky shorts, right?
Hospital executives need to wear that for racing. So
I think you need to bring. I think you need to bring the whole team out for the race on Saturday morning. So
it's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
we'll see what we can get going.
If you need,
I can get you shirts.
Put me on a Zoom call with your team, and I can bully them into participation. Okay.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. This has been a lot of fun. It's time to go to buffalomarathon.org, register today. Tell your friends.
Donate. If you're already registered, go donate.
Go donate.
Right?
And then spread the word. He said it's selling out very soon, and might as well sell out with your friends, right? All the cool people will be in Buffalo Memorial Day.
All the cool people are going to be hanging out with us on Memorial Day weekend. We're going to make it epic, or as I like to say, insanely great.
Insanely great. All right.
And there's going to be beach balls.
Beach balls and Buffalo headbands.
Bro, stop promising those. We haven't found those yet. Beach balls I found.
My interns are on the job. They're looking right now. They're coming up with good answers. So.
Okay, so for the record, if there's no headsets, it's on Fitz's interns. It's not on me.
All right. We will blame the interns for sure. Okay, guys, wave like this.
Peace out.
Do a little bit of dancing, and we will see you all soon. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.